There are a lot of celebrations taking place, led by Natalie.
Manchester City are officially the best team in the land and all the world. Manchester City win the Club World Cup to make it 5 trophies, the big 5 trophies in the same year. A huge congratulations to Pep and all of the team. I'm joined in the studio still by a very happy Nedum, Steph Houghton and Shaun Wright-Phillips. How are you feeling, Steph?
Oh, buzzing. I think we were a bit nervous before the game, but look, I think them 5 trophies kind of just say it all. But great performance, really professional, and yeah, nice to have another trophy come back to Manchester.
And you're looking fabulous there.
Yeah, do you like it? It looks
here,
nice,
actually?
eh?
What's going on here?
Well, you chose the other 2.
Chose?
Yeah.
Well, I did actually choose this one.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I'm just here to swear whatever's left.
But I like your T-shirt too. Look what it says. The best team in the land and all the world.
You missed the first bit.
City, official.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Not too bad, this, yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy for them. By far the better team today overall. And, you know, obviously not everyone gets a chance to play in that game. But to earn the right to be there, we all dreamt of City winning their first Champions League. They did that. And now some of those fans in particular, like FG, who was spotted, you know, it's like, where's FG? Forget where's Wally, where's he? But yeah, we spotted him, and he's got a chance to see his team, which he supported for most of his life, if not all his life, be crowned the best club in the world. Like, that's amazing when you think about it.
Oh, you just gave me goosebumps. You made me think back to 10-year-old Natalie in 1993, going to a first ever game at Main Road, and then watching the club go down and down to Division 2.
His fault.
Yeah, because he wasn't playing then.
Yeah.
And then watching it was only 25 years ago, a couple of weeks ago, that we played York City at the lowest point in the club's ever, you know, history ever. And just a few weeks later, we're looking at that. I mean, that beautiful picture we're seeing, Shaun, 5 trophies. It's been a remarkable year.
I think that's an understatement. I think it's been more than that. I think if you go back to, like you said, all the times and the lows that City have had, and the fans have still always stood by the club, still supported the club in the same way. And to see the growth of it now, it's not only just the trophies. The trophies are obviously the icing on the cake, but I mean, what they're doing worldwide, I think that the club deserves everything that they're getting, and those trophies deserve to be in a place like this.
To start off by winning the Premier League, then the FA Cup, then the Champions League, then the Super Cup, and then the FIFA World Club Cup, Steph. I don't really know how we put into words just how that would do that justice. Can you try for me?
Not really, to be honest. I think for me, I'm like, the mentality of the whole team and even the whole club is just absolutely frightening. I think from top to bottom, I think everybody wants to be the best in whatever department they're in. And certainly it starts on the pitch, and I think from a squad perspective, the mentality that they have to keep going with all the games that they have and whatever trophies available, they try and get their hands on it as much as they possibly can. But this season, this calendar year has been absolutely scary. I think probably what Shaun said in terms of, like, no other club has ever done this before, which was unbelievable. But yeah, I think there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes, but to be bringing them 5 trophies back here in Manchester, it's very well deserved.
We're seeing some live pictures from inside the Etihad Stadium right now. We are having a flashing light show to celebrate. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I cannot wait till we're celebrating with that stadium full. And like Steph says, bringing the 5 trophies home. Till the 5 trophies are sat on that pitch with you all and the stadium full. I just cannot wait for that moment. Look at that, it's making me feel super emotional. I just feel like it can't be underestimated, Nedum, the achievement to play at this level for such a long period of time and to continue to be motivated to, and Shaun said before, to win the next one, to prioritise that, to win the next one, to win the next one, to win the next one, and to do it 5 times. I just cannot get my head around that, the level that we've been consistently going at.
Absolutely. I think from my perspective, I think everybody's motivated to win, but not everybody knows how to win. And I think that's something that's special about this group of players and the support staff and, you know, the fans as well. They've been along the journey to find this level of success. And when I see the trophies on the wall, I see the FA Cup and I remember the feelings I had when they were going to play against Manchester United in the FA Cup final. Probably the most nervous I'd been in my life supporting City to that point, because the treble was United's, you know. they had ownership over that concept as such, in English football anyway. And then you think about the Premier League, Arsenal were top for 80% of the season. So even though City ended up finishing with the gap that they did, it's not as if we were all at ease saying, oh, this is fine, there's nothing to worry about, everything's, you know, as easy as it'll come. And then the Champions League, we'd never seen City win it. Most of us had the memory of them losing in 2 years earlier to Chelsea. And that feeling, as I remember, I'll never forget for me personally, walking away from Porto that day, I thought, I don't know if City will ever be back here again, because you can never take that for granted. But here they were playing against an Inter Milan side who outperformed many people's expectations. But City did it. And then the other two, even the Super Cup against Seville, that was hardly plain sailing, was it? They went a goal down, but they stepped up in the biggest moments throughout all these competitions. And I think that's why this club, they won't get as much credit as they deserve from the outside, but anyone from the inside has seen how tough it has been. And that's why every single one of these trophies means the world to everyone that's been associated with it.
Your Porto moment, mine was the Bernabeu last season, the season before when we were beaten in the semi-final, and I walked out of the Bernabeu thinking, are we? When is it going to be our time? When are we going to get past this? And I feel like from that moment, we just have not stopped, Steph. Since that time, the resilience to come back and then to just fight non-stop, it's just been. Ever since then, we've just kept going, and I feel like we can take that as a positive now.
Yeah, I think the two moments that you're speaking about, I think for me, like as a player, you need to go through some of them lows to experience like how it really feels and to experience them big pressure moments. And look, the club's had a lot of big pressure moments, but I think that reaction that you're speaking about, to be able to come back last season and do what we did, and then the Super Cup and obviously the Club World Cup, at difficult times in the season, at the beginning of pre-season, the boys had only been in maybe 2 weeks and they're having to play a very good Seville side to go and win another trophy. They managed to get through that. They're in the middle of a Premier League season where it's probably going to go right down the wire. So to switch mentality and to switch focus is crediting all these players are getting really good experiences. Like, look, Rico Lewis, how old is he, 19? And he's playing in a World Cup final for the club, which is absolutely unbelievable. What's he going to be like in the next 3 or 4 years when the expectation is to still keep winning trophies?
Oh, you're right. He's been bred on winning trophies.
Phil Foden, how many trophies has he won so far? Alvarez.
I would like to count Phil's up now.
Yeah. Crazy.
I know when you mention Alvarez, Ali Man said it in the commentary, you go back 12 months, he's just won the World Cup.
From December to December, 6 trophies.
He's won a trophy every other month.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Literally.
And we're talking about the 5 big trophies as well, the 5 big trophies this year. Absolutely phenomenal. We've still got Tim Vickery with us, who's our Brazilian football expert. So, and some fans on the wall. Hey, everybody. Hey. Tim, thank you for being with us this whole time. If we could talk about the game itself quickly. In terms of the second half, is that kind of, what you expected? 4-0. Were you expecting it to end up being that comfortable for City?
Well, the coach had a decision to make at half-time, and he took a bad one. I think he kept his number 10, Ganso, on the field. And you could see that the extra striker, taking off one of his wingers, they'd lost control. And they threw away the first 15 minutes of the second half until he made all the changes. And at least then physically they could compete a little bit more. But I think we all knew going into this game, for Fluminense to win, they would have to play the perfect game. And that went wrong inside 40 seconds, didn't it? I suppose the coach may feel he's been a little bit let down by a couple of his veterans there, and Marcelo with that terrible ball. Ganso, the playmaker, really didn't make any of the play. I was delighted to see that Fluminense stuck to their guns and tried to do what they've always done. They stuck to the idea that has got them this far, but they were thoroughly outgunned, weren't they? And I think we knew going into this game that there were 3 possible results: a Fluminense win if everything goes perfectly, a Man City win, or an easy Man City win. And I think we got number 3, an easy Man City win, without City having to be at their best.
In regards to, say, the Fluminense reaction to this, what do you think the manager and the players will feel about that game? Do you think they'll say it in the same way you did, where essentially they lost to the better side, or will they feel that they could have done more and should have done more?
they will certainly feel that they lost to the better side. There's still some feistiness in them. Just at the end there, Felipe Melo started a fight.
Yeah.
So there were some scenes going on there. So defeat hasn't been taken particularly well. They will really, really lament what happened in the first 40 seconds. They were clearly looking for the long diagonal to try and have a run at Ake at left back. They were clearly looking for that. They tried that a number of times in the first half, but Marcelo did it in the first 40 seconds, and it cost him a goal. And it was a long way uphill from there, and they never really looked like doing it. There were a couple of individual performances. I thought Arias, the Colombian, was terrific, often fighting a lone fight, and John Kennedy, who came on at half time, quick feet. Got off a lovely shot there that Edison tipped over the bar. These are two players who are going places, but outgunned. Everything had to go perfectly for them to win, and it didn't go perfectly at all. Congratulations to fans everywhere of God's own football team. I've got lots of friends like you, Natalie, who've been there the whole way, and that's lovely to see. It's lovely to see someone like Phil Foden, local lad, come through the ranks, have such a good game as he had. So City are worthy champions, and enjoy the moment. It may not come around quite so soon. You never know. And if you want to pass some of those trophies along to Tottenham Hotspur, I think we'll probably take
No hey, everyone, cut his mic. No. Boo.
Hey, big Angie's trying, Tim. Big Angie's trying.
Well, spare a thought for me, because my wife's a Fluminense fan. So there's a kind of curtain of gloom has descended over the household.
Tim, thank you so much for being with us this evening.
It's been my pleasure. It's been lovely. Thank you very much.
We've really enjoyed your company, and I hope we end up with a Brazilian team somewhere in the future so we can welcome you again.
Look forward to it. Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Thank you. Hello, everybody on the wall. How are you all? You all good? Nobody predicted 4-0, I don't think. Am I wrong? Did anyone predict 4-0? No. But we were close. These guys won 3, so we were pretty close. Where's Andrew? Andrew, I was speaking to you before the game about your 99 shirt and about the fact that the way that we have gone as a club. And when Nedum said it a minute ago, I got goosebumps. But you were there in 99, and you're here now to see City become the best team in the land and all the world officially. How are you feeling?
This is an incredible feeling. I say, I wouldn't have dreamt when we were watching City in the old second division, getting beaten at York and at Lincoln, and then having to go to the playoff final to get promoted, that we'd be champions of the world. It's just fantastic. We're champions of the world. City are champions of the world. Incredible.
Yeah, we really are. You have to keep repeating it to yourself, don't you? Like we're champions of the world. We're champions of the world. Yes, I love that, Andrew, and I totally agree. I think if you'd have said that to me 25 years ago, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy. Let's go to the other Andrew as well. Hey, Andrew, how are you feeling?
Hi, folks. Feeling good.
I'm appreciating your Manchester City bauble, by the way.
I had to move. The kids had to go away. I think Shaun called 4-0.
Shaun had 3.
Oh, had he?
Yeah, don't give him that credit, Andrew. He didn't say it. The kids have gone to bed, but have they gone to bed in the knowledge that they support the best team in the whole world?
Absolutely.
Oh, they will sleep soundly tonight. What are they going to dream of now, though, Andrew?
Doing the 4.
Doing the 4. Okay, yes. That is the next dream. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Okay, we're going to go to Bibby now. Bibby, we've not spoken to you yet. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, where are you in the world?
Doncaster.
Doncaster, brilliant. And how does it feel to support the best team in the land and all the world right now?
Literally amazing. It took so many years. We're finally here. Happy.
Happy. And is that kids in the background I can see as well? Are they happy?
They're Theo! They're running, just too happy to run away. I've got one next to me.
They're too happy. Theo, you support the best team in the land and all the world.
Come on. Yeah.
There we go. Hi. Hiya. You okay?
Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah. Are you happy?
Grow into that. Happy.
All my kids were like that on me.
Thanks, Bibby. Thanks, Theo. Thanks, everyone there in Doncaster. Lots of love. Nelly in Paris. Nelly, how are you?
Good, thank you. Very happy, of course.
Very happy. I'm liking, I can see your City shirts hanging up in the background as well, and your Haaland book, and you are representing. And I can see your Champions League scarf in the background as well.
Yeah, I was there for Bayern against City.
Wow. How did you feel tonight as the game was going on and you started to realise that we were going to win this? How did you start to feel?
I mean, I knew we were going to win, but of course it's always beautiful to see a win. I wish Haaland had played today, but we cannot have everything, so I'm really happy for the win.
Is Haaland your favourite?
Yeah, it is. You can see my...
Oh, and he's on your scarf, yes. Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Keep representing in Paris. We like it. Thank you. OK, next up is...
Hey.
Hello. Hi there. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony, where are you in the world?
I'm in a place called Occidental, California.
Oh, Tony, you're in California. You've got your City bobble hat on, but tell me, what is the temperature in California right now?
Oh, it's 60, 65 Fahrenheit.
Oh, OK, that's mild then. Yeah. Mild.
Not bad. Not bad.
Is that cold by California standards?
Yeah.
You're in your car. Have you dashed out after the game, or did you listen to the game?
I'm actually at work right now.
Oh, bless you. If your boss is watching this now, I think he's just got to let it go because City have won the Club World Cup. So you deserve to be there, enjoying this moment.
Yes, definitely.
How do you feel right now knowing you support the best club in the whole world?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a day lifter every day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Bless you. I hope your boss has not seen it. Thank you. Thank you to all of you on the wall there. I love the fan base that we have that goes all around the world now. Of course, we had weights on in China before as well, Shaun, and I know you've travelled the world as well. Our supporters around the world, they're just wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's growing really, really quickly. I think the last tour I did in Indonesia, I think for the watch party, it was overcrowded. We didn't expect that much. 4,000 people turned up, and obviously we couldn't let everybody in for safety reasons. So, and it's getting bigger every time we go places. So it's due to the success on the pitch, but also a lot of the work that the staff do behind the scenes, stuff in the community and the partners like Asylum with the clean water projects and things like that. It's helping it grow a lot quicker.
Yeah, and of course the trophy tours that go around the world that you're a part of as well.
We've just added another one, haven't we?
We've just added another one.
Security now, haven't we?
And now, of course, being the best team in the whole world officially, Steph, the fan base and the love for the club, like Shaun says, it's only going to keep growing.
Yeah, it is, and rightly so. I think, obviously, people want to watch good football, and the football that we play is, like, really, really attractive. But also, like Shaun said, when you are successful, people take more notice, and hopefully we can get a lot more fans supporting the club, not just in England, but everywhere around the world.
What do you think's happening in Jeddah right now with the players? And we've got a game against Everton on the 27th, but are you expecting some celebrations this evening?
I think, to be honest, from my perspective, I think the manager's very good at being able to read the room and give them time when they need time. So I'm sure they'll find a way to celebrate because, you know, City for a long time have been notoriously good at celebrating things. So I'm sure they'll be okay. But then when it's time to really focus in for that next game, like they don't need to be getting ready for a game this weekend. Other teams do. So I think they'll have a couple of days, I hear, get a chance to spend some time with their families. Because being away for those 3, 4, 5 days, however long it's been over there, I'm sure it's been tough. But I'm sure they're celebrating because they've just won a trophy, which not everyone gets a chance to win. And I think they'll sit back and they'll think and realise, like, there's a lot of games to get to that point, but they've reached it, and in some ways you could argue they've completed football. So I'm sure they'll celebrate, but then when it's time to get ready for the next game, they'll do that. But it just might not be in the next, say, 24, 48 hours, I'd say.
We need a T-shirt with that. Manchester City have completed football.
Like you could say, oh, you know, they could have won the League Cup or whatever, but they've won the Big Five. Yeah. The Big Five. I think another team's won 5 before, but not the Big Five. Like, most people, myself included, could only dream of winning one of those, to be in contention to win one of those. And they did it all in a calendar year. Amazing.
Oh, I'm a bit gutted about League Cup now you've mentioned it.
Well, they've won it many times before, so they know what it looks like. I think they're fine. Yeah.
I'm happy with those 5. I'm good.
Yeah, I'll take those 5. Yeah. I'm thinking about celebrating with our friend FG as well. Trust FG to get his mug on the TV.
He gets where water would not, that fella, honestly.
And I know he'll watch his back as well because he watches everything as well. We saw you.
Shout to FG, actually. Shout to FG. We love FG.
We love FG.
Yeah, we do.
FG. He's out there as well. He's not working for us. He's out there, paid for himself to go to support because, yes, hardcore.
He is.
Hardcore.
Great fella.
So City are officially the best team in the land and all the world. City have won the World Club Cup. We haven't even had a chance to talk about the second half because we've just been glowing in the bask of our new gold badges, Steph. I can't even remember. Foden and Alvarez in the second half.
Yeah.
Yes. Second half performance overall. What did you make of it, Steph? If you can remember it now.
I think it was pretty steady, to be honest. I think very much in control. And I think obviously they put in quite a lot of hefty challenges, so it was important that we did get that third goal, which was I don't know, were we saying that Alvarez shot or did he cross?
I think he shot.
Yeah,
I think he just dragged across, but
them.
Phil done the smart thing, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think just for Foden to score at the back post is great to put us 3-0 up. And I think from then, I think it was a really, really good performance considering how the game started in the first 20 minutes, to be honest.
It felt nice getting the third as well. It felt like that we needed that just to... Or maybe I was just a little bit nervous after the Palace game at the weekend, of course. But when the third went in at that point, Shaun, I thought, yes, we've got this.
I think these two can attest to it, but I think 2-0 is probably one of the worst scorelines in football. I think people think you're comfortable then. All it takes is one goal and momentum changes. So for us to put that third goal in, that was just like, for everybody, including us, just like, you can breathe now. And they took a deep breath and they controlled the game a lot more, played their little 5-yard passes a lot more often. And obviously it was good at the time, but we attest to an injury from it because obviously it gives them a chance to get that little bit closer to put their foot in, but controlled the game and obviously went on to win it 4-0. And Alvarez's finish at the end was unbelievable. He's touched that he just killed the defender with, and the quality to put in the back of the net just put the game completely to bed.
Yeah, the fourth goal, the Alvarez goal, just felt like a right cherry on the top there.
Yeah,
Nedum.
It really, really did. And, it's funny you say needed a third. Like, I think sometimes in football we're very guilty of projecting, if you know what I mean. And a 2-0 scoreline is obviously dangerous, but it's far more dangerous for the people outside who aren't playing in the game. Because for City themselves, they were moving the ball, they were controlling things. Yeah. Like, Fluminense didn't have a ton of shots in that second half. I thought they were better in the first half compared to the second, but even in the first half they weren't great. So yes, they could have been a comeback that was there, but for those players, the City ones, they stuck to the plan. They didn't get involved in any of those like shenanigans with the tackles and so on. And I know Tim said something happened at the end of the game, which we didn't see. But in fairness, it was like so professionally done. Yeah. It almost looked like, it was the easiest thing in the world for them, but that's because of all the work that they did before that. So, yeah, it's nice when you go to 3. Obviously nicer when you win a final with 4. But yeah, Phil Foden scoring as well. It's always nice.
So FIFA have named Rodri as the player of the tournament. Fingers crossed he's okay because he was on the end of a nasty tackle in that second half, Steph. We don't want to speculate or anything. We saw him run on, but, I mean, just hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I think we've all got our fingers crossed in the studio. As soon as he went down, he's not a player that normally stays down either, so there's a bit of worrying here, so hopefully he's going to be okay. But I think as soon as he went down, we're like, just get him off as quick as possible. I think we're only 2-0 then as well, so it's like, I think obviously there's a lot more games to be played in the season, and we know how important he is to the way that we play, and fingers crossed it's not as serious as it probably looked. I mean, he tried to go back on as well, but I think the right thing was just to try and get him off as quick as possible.
I was extra thankful when the third went in, Shaun, straight after, because then he came off minutes after. From your experience, I mean, again, we're not going to speculate, but the fact that he went back on...
We're not going to speculate,
but let's speculate. But can we try and... Let's speculate and try and be optimistic. The fact that he went back on and started running, fingers crossed he's okay?
I'm fingers crossed anyway, so I'm just not going to talk about it in any way. But, yeah, fingers crossed in that respect. But the referee could have kind of nullified that a while back because there was a 2-footed challenge that should have been pulled up that didn't, which kind of allows players to have another bite at doing something like that, where I think he could have put it to bed from the start. But it's football. We come away from the game, we're successful, we won. Like Nedum said, the players didn't get involved in any of the troubles that were going on, especially in the game time. They went there, did a professional job, and bulked up the trophy cabinet. So let's take that home, get back on the plane and get back to Manchester.
You know, they're at that stage now, and I was pondering this. Like, at what point does it go from a cabinet to a room? You know what I mean?
I think it's a room now.
Yeah, it's a room, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a room. Yeah, it's a room.
It's definitely a room.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a nice big room now with the amount of security that will be there as well. Like, yes. A quick word on Kyle Walker as well. So apparently in the tournament, Kyle Walker came second in the player of the tournament vote, however they do it. Kyle Walker will be lifting the World Club Cup
his first trophy that he's
as
lifting
a captain. How special is that going to be for him?
Yeah, it'd be amazing. I think some people dream of being captain, and then you can achieve that, but you dream of winning things for your team as well. And this team, you know, he's been there for a very long time. He's like an integral part of it. You know, he probably had the decision in summer whether he was going to stay or leave. He chose to stay, and now he gets to lift the trophy as the captain of Manchester City as they win their first Club World Cup. Like, that would feel amazing, and he can look at that picture for the rest of his life and know that he was the first to get his hands on it. I'm sure he's going to be leading celebrations afterwards, because again, he's quite good at that. Yeah.
Yes, he'll be celebrating on the pitch and off the pitch. Sure. Yes.
Yes. He will lead the way.
Lead the way.
Lead the way, yeah.
Congratulations to Kyle Walker, yes, our captain, who will be lifting the Club World Cup this evening. What an incredible evening. So City are officially, I'm just going to keep saying it, the best team in the land and all the world. Champions of the world. We need to change our songs. Champions of the world. But of course, football carries on and carries on and carries on, because we next play in the Premier League on the 27th. So that is Wednesday. It's Friday now.
We
play on Wednesday. I mean, they're all merging in, right? Definitely Wednesday. So they'll be flying back, they'll have a couple of days off, and then on the 27th we take on Everton in the Premier League. Of course, Matchday Live will be here with you. Kel is in the studio alongside Jolien Lescott and Phil Jagielka. So Everton, they're on a bit of a decent run at the minute, by the way, Shaun. I double-checked their scores before. Last 4 games they've won, not conceded a goal, so they beat Burnley 2-0, they beat Chelsea 2-0, they beat Newcastle 3-0, and they beat Forest 1-0. I mean, talk about a December. That is a sensational run for them.
Sean Dyche effect is what I'd say. I think player for player, you would say they're most probably better team than when he was at Burnley. So he kind of has them playing in a similar way, but with more quality behind it. And I think the fact that Dominic's back fit gives them that extra presence in that half and better. And he comes on, he seems to be getting the goals and being a handful as well. So he's got a lot of options on the table. And the midfield are quite bulky, like quite aggressive. They get in your face. They don't let you really play your way. So it'll be a really tough game.
I think it's good. They're in. I think they're the most important team in the league now. But City's not their next game. They've got a game tomorrow, I believe.
They've got Spurs.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll just take a little edge off them. Getting quite tired from trying to chase them around for a few hours, and then when City play them, hopefully they'll be ready.
Yeah. They've got Spurs tomorrow, which of course is Richarlison going back.
Revenge. You're going to sort them out,
But when you consider that they've struggled the last couple of seasons, they've been fighting relegation. They came into this year with a new manager. Obviously, we're aware of the issues that they've had with their points deduction as well. So to be in the form that they're currently in, if they had the 10 points, they'd be sitting up in 9th above Chelsea. Shaun Dyche has done a remarkable job this season.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when a new manager comes in and the way that he works, I think sometimes it does take a bit of time to kind of, as a player, just to understand what he wants in different systems, but also off the pitch and how he works and how strict he might be within the culture of the club. But yeah, and I think obviously the point deduction as well, I'm sure that gives them more motivation, because they probably feel as though it's a bit unjust in terms of that many points being deducted at probably a crucial time in the season. So I feel as though from that moment on they've really kicked on, and what's been really impressive is probably the away form. I think we probably maybe expect them to get more points at home, but recently they've been digging out performances, and the clean sheets are massive for them. I think they've obviously got a great goalkeeper in Jordan Pickford, who's performed really well, but defensively they've been really solid from front to back.
In case you're curious, that was a Mackem, bigging up a Mackem then.
He is good though, isn't he?
Just in case you missed that. He's just gonna align himself with another Mackham. But that's
I had to drop him in, didn't I?
Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did.
Good work. Yes, we appreciate it. Thank you all so much for being here this evening as well. Chris, are you off now? Are you working tomorrow? Sunday?
Yeah. Are
you off now for Christmas?
No, I'm working Saturday, Sunday, then I'm off for a week.
Yeah. And you're working between now and Christmas, and you're on your winter break, Steph.
I'm off. Bye.
Yeah, very, very nice. We've still got some of the fans from around the world with us as well. Thank you to all of you for being here with us this evening. Thank you. We much appreciate your support and for being here all year. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday period, all of you, all around the world. Keep representing all around the world. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to you all. And thank you to you all for watching Matchday Live on this show and all of the shows that we've had in this remarkable year. A year that has seen us win 5 trophies. And a big shout out to City's graphics department, to Danny Lennon and all his team, by the way. The graphics are always incredible. Look at that, 5 trophies sitting on top of the world. The FA Cup, the Premier League, the Champions League, the Super Cup and the FIFA World Club Cup, as we become the first team in English history to win the Big 5. Pep Guardiola becomes the first coach in history to win it 4 times. We haven't had a chance to talk about that. He's won it 4 times now. And of course, congratulations to Kyle Walker for picking up his first trophy as a captain. Congratulations for Amelia. There's just an endless numbers of congratulations, isn't there? Everybody. Congratulations. Well done to everybody. Good luck to all of us this evening who are about to go out on our Christmas night out with Paul Dickoff. I think we're all going to need that. Nedum, thank you so much.
Pleasure as always.
Thank you. Steph, thank you. Enjoy your winter break. Thank you so much. Shaun, thank you as always. And thank you for the pizza. Shaun brought in pizza for everybody today as well. It really is Christmas. And thank you for the chocolates. Thank you for the chocolates that Nedum brought in. Nedum brought in chocolate.
This close.
He brought in chocolates.
Wow.
So, Steph and I are sporting the new FIFA World Champions 2023 gold badges on our shirts. Looking absolutely stunning because Manchester City are
some jealousy on that
in all the land and all the world. Enjoy your holiday period. Blues will be back on the 27th as City take on Everton in the Premier League. Have a good one.